You sitting up there on that mic. Whoa. Nope. Calling yourself a cisgendered woman. You didn't know you was a cisgendered woman until a transgender woman told you that. Pulling up the fucking Wikipedia version of transphobic as if I don't know what the fuck it is. That ain't me. Don't play with me. Even when your co-host tried to pull you back, you cut her off. You could have just said that you were bringing on the transgendered woman. Now when you bring her on there, if she wants to talk about me, you let her talk about me. Don't fucking slander me just to announce that you have a beautiful transgendered woman coming on the show. Don't.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of What the F with Sunny LaRue. Wait, me. Also known as the professional martini drinking blogger, back again with another episode, and today we're going to talk about this mess. I mean, we have Charlemagne and Jess Hilarious over at the Breakfast Club chiming in on Risa, the TikTok sensation who gave us 50 10-minute episodes of Who the F I Married. And also Madison, T.S. Madison, the famous transgender god, chiming in. It is just a mess. And I was going to do 3 separate videos. I ain't doing that. We're going to talk about it all. But before we get into it, you guys know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you won't miss out on breaking news, updates, recaps, and more. It is the freest and easiest way to support the channel. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, of course, I'm on all platforms. My handle is @SunnyLaRue17. And yes, I am on Pinterest because someone asked me that on X. Yes, just Google Sunny LaRue17. All of my social media links will populate for you, and you can follow me through those means. Now, I don't want this video to go over like 2-3 hours, so let's just get into it. This is a lot to unpack. All right. Let me start with Risa. Well, you know what? Let's start with Jess Hilarious, who I love. I think she's the most beautiful woman on this planet, and she's raw. Okay, don't look at me like that. Y'all do not look at me like that, okay? I am more than just Def Leppard and Katie Tunstall and Franz Ferdinand and Star Wars. I am a pop culture maven, a pop culture diva. I am not a pop culture queen because there's so many pop culture queens out there. There's only one me, and there's a lot of queens. And y'all can have that title and the tiara. I said that, excuse me, to say that Jess Hilarious is now, well, as you guys know, is on the Breakfast Club. And she responded to T.S. Madison, who blasted her about calling her a cis, which is a misgenification of a person, from my understanding. I have my thoughts on it, and you guys might not like what I have to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. And so then Charlemagne was talking about Risa, and calling her a fatback. And up until I started doing research on this, I did not know what a fatback was. I thought in my mind a fatback was a piece of soft pork that you boil and then you take it and you put it in, or you put your greens into it to flavor it. Stop it, Lamb. Stop it. Come on now. Okay, you guys can be judgy, but that's what I thought a fatback was. Apparently it's not. It's someone of a larger size. So I guess I'm a fatback because I am of a woman of a particular size. So T.S. Madison kind of said some stuff, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video. So Jess replied, as you saw in the beginning of the video, and now we have a feud. between these two. Okay? Now, I want to say this because here on this channel and in my life, I have, I know y'all talking about, don't say that word, but I'm going to say it, a plethora of friends, assortment of friends from all different backgrounds, white, black, caramel, chocolate, caramel macchiato, chocolate chip. I mean, you know, a plethora of friends, tall, short, fat back, non-fat back, matchstick, skinny as a matchstick, all kinds. They speak different kinds of language. I have friends that was born in Russia. I have friends from Scotland. One of my dear friends moved to Europe. I have gay, straight, all kinds of friends and friendships. All right. And we always have this conversation. This conversation always come up. Okay. And the problem that is about transgender. Two things that the conversation always come up. And like I said, I have friends that are transgendering from man to woman, friends that's transgendering from man. I said that, woman to man. Okay. But we always have this conversation and two things always come up. Number one, if you don't remove certain body parts, are you a full transgender or are you a drag queen? It's a legit question, people, and don't take this to mean anything different. This is no disrespect to the transgender community, okay? So don't do that. All right, we're having an honest conversation here. And that's the question that comes up all the time, because in my mind and the transgender community that I've been around and, you know, hang out with, are fully transgender from one sex to another. And that means removing certain body parts. And I always thought that that's what that meant. And that if you don't have your certain body parts removed, you're considered a person in drag. Okay? So when I saw this story, I'm like, homophobic, just hilarious is homophobic? Really? Because considering that T.S. Madison said the opposite. So, but that's the one thing, okay? That's the one thing. Number two, which is more pressing, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. This one really pisses me off, okay? Now, I don't care what you want to be. You want to be a transgender, be a transgender. If you want to turn from a man to a woman, fine. If you want to turn from a woman to a man, fine. You want to be a dolphin, you want to be a shark, you want to be a cat, dog, you want to be a tree puff. Whatever you want to be, as long as you're not hurting anyone, and this is the life that you chose, and you making the sacrifice to make yourself better, making your life better, and that's what makes you happy, I'm all for it. What I'm not for, though, do not tell me as a woman who identifies as her, she, and female, that you, who was once a man, who now wants to be a woman, that you are better than me as a woman. Okay? That's where you lose me. And that's where you lose a lot of people. Because you do not know what a woman goes through. You don't know what a woman goes through because you're not a woman. You're not capable of having a period. You're not capable of going through menopause. And you're not capable of having children. You're not capable of having uterine cancer, ovarian cancer. You don't know what it's like to have tumors. You don't know what it's like to have a hysterectomy. So don't tell me you are a better woman than me. Okay? That's where you lose me. And I think that that's what Jess Hilarious was saying to T.S. Madison when all this stuff went down. The homophobic remarks and stuff, no, we don't have to get into all. Just have a conversation. Just have a conversation like we're having a conversation. I don't like it when transgenders do that, or when a transgender female is going from female to male and tells a guy, I'm a better man than you are. No, you're not, because you don't have balls. You don't have a penis. You don't have testicular cancer. You don't know what it's like to be a man, because you weren't born a man. Now, if you feel like you're a man in mind, in spirit, that's one thing, okay? Or if you feel like you're transgendering from a man to a woman and you feel like you're a woman in mind and spirit, okay. But don't tell me how to be my gender, that you can be a better gender person as far as female or male. No. And I think that that's what Jess Hilarious was saying. Now, you know how she is. But then it's not, T.S. Madison came back at her. And I was like, well, here I go, playing both sides of the fence. But T.S. came back and said, you know what? You sat there and did not say anything to Charlamagne when he called Risa a fatback. And Risa came out and said that she was hurt by what Charlamagne said. Charlamagne. And I'm looking at you, Charlamagne, like, but you're a fatback too. So, hello, pot calling the kettle black. And T.S. Madison says, well, she didn't say nothing to defend Risa. But let me tell you something. Now, again, Charlamagne was trying to make a point, okay? His tact wasn't all that great, and it sparked yet another beef between T.S. Madison and Jess Hilarious. And they're going at it back and forth. I think at this point, hopefully this will die down, because I really do hate to see two prominent Black women, because T.S. Madison identifies as a transgender, as a female, even though she did not have the surgery, okay? And that's her choice, and that's fine. So both women are very beautiful, smart, intelligent. I just don't like to see this type of stuff happening. But really, though, I don't like to see happening is Charlamagne sitting there talking about Risa being desperate and stuff. I understand what you're saying, because she, met this man. 2 weeks later, they're moving in with each other. A few months later, they're marrying each other. And I said it before, you don't know a person. You don't know a person's habits. You gotta freaking be with someone before you let them into your home. You freaking gotta be with someone before you let them into your heart. Romance is not what it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Romance is all physical. Nobody wants to be with a fatback. Okay? Nobody wants to be with a oogly. All right? Nobody wants to be with, what's that Alice the Goon. Yes. I have had a man from Africa who I went on a date with, who wanted to sell me for 2 goats and a cow, saying that's all he can get from me because I look like Alice the Goon. So that's what we're dealing with today. 30 years ago, we didn't have the internet. So you had to go out to a bar. You had to go out to a club. You had to go to Starbucks or a coffee shop or a donut shop. You could be standing at McDonald's getting that nasty ass Big Mac and then turn around and lock eyes on the man or woman that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. You don't do that now. Everything is just physical. And she said it. She saw what she wanted to see in this man. That does not make her desperate, and it does not make her a fatback. And that's what T.S. Madison was saying. The dating in the 21st century, it sucks. It really does. And if you found someone who accepts you for you, then good for you. Goop for you, as Beetlejuice would say. Goop for you. But don't sit here and knock someone who is trying to find that happiness. Everybody's entitled to love. Everybody's entitled to an intimate relationship. However, Risa Tisa, I hope this was a lesson for you. I don't think you were desperate. I think you were blinded by the ideal of love, what love is and what marriage is. And you picked the wrong gentleman. And had you really had time to assess the situation, I know we had a pandemic coming on, but shit, he's fine. He's staying at his solo apartment over there. I mean, y'all were in Georgia. Y'all was not on lockdown like how here in California, where you literally at 7:00 the streets was closed, and you had to have a note to be out after a certain time. Between, I think it was like 5 a.m. to whatever. You weren't romping the streets of LA. You weren't romping the streets of San Fran. You weren't romping the streets of Riverside out there. You will not romp the streets of San Diego. So I don't think your lockdown was that kind of a restriction for you since you were in Georgia. So you could have hopped in your car and gone to see him. Or he could have hopped in his car and came to see you. He did not have to move in with you. You don't move in with people who you just met 2 weeks prior. Unless it's like a roommate situation. And even then, I'm running your social security number. Well, I probably won't have access to your social security number, but I'm going to run your background. I got your name and your age and your date of birth. I'm going to run a background check. Because you ain't going to be doing me like Risa Tisa, and you ain't going to be seeing me on TikTok posting 60,000 10-minute videos of who the F did I marry. No, ma'am, sir. But yeah, so that's the beef that's going on between Jess Hilarious and T.S. Madison, and Charlemagne is kind of out of it. I don't think T.S. Madison really meant that he was gonna punch him in the face. It's just a figure of speech, because I say that all the time. I saw that Wendy Williams document, and I saw that publicist and what she was doing to our Wendy, and I was like, that girl should have the back of her neck slapped. She don't have a drinking problem. What? She can hold her liquor. She can girl, come here, let me slap the back of your crusty neck. It's just a figure of speech. And that's what T.S. Madison was saying. Maybe Jess Hilarious, T.S. Madison, Sonny LaRue, me, you, Lambs, maybe we all should just kind of watch what we say and how we say it. Be aware of our words, because words does have a heavy impact, obviously, because you have these two beautiful women fighting with each other. And I think, to me, it's not worth it. So I hope this feud kind of died down, because I really hate to see these two go at it. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you think. Now, this is not about transgender. This is not about gay or anything like that. I am just having a conversation with you guys. We're just talking. We're having a grown-up conversation. We're sitting here at the table. We got our drink, and we're having a conversation between friends. So please, if you're going to comment down in the the conversation section, I almost slipped. Please be mindful and respectful of each other. Because as Garcelle said to Dorit, I'm not here to educate you. You guys are all grown up, and we should be respectful of one another. So let me know what you guys think of this this beef. And if there's any more news, I will update you. But as always, I got to get back at it. I have a lot of stories. I've been sick, y'all. Sick as a dog. So I got a lot of stories that I need to catch up on. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. See you in the next one.